This reduced pressure backflow assembly just failed the backflow test. Why? Because when I tested the differential across number 2, it came out to 0. Then I went ahead and flipped the elastomer on that check valve and retested it. And it came back to 0 again. Here, let me show you. We're gonna go ahead and open up the high side, open up the low side, close the high side, close the low side, and the needle just drops to 0. If you're down in the comments trying to tell me how to do a backflow test, I am a certified backflow tester. I do know that the video doesn't show me testing back pressure against check valve 2. I chose to show the test against or across check valve 2 on the differential because that one depicted what I wanted to show a little bit better. It did fail the test on the back pressure on check valve 2. It also failed the test for the differential across check valve 2 because there was a problem with the backflow. Flipping the elastomer didn't work. That's the only quick little repair that I'm going to try to get the test to pass. Since that didn't work, we are going to replace all of the rubber pieces on the inside of this assembly. I know the last time I did this, I received a whole bunch of comments about why I didn't just replace the one red elastomer in the one check valve so that the test will pass. You'd be right. If I did that, it will pass the test. The problem with this method of fixing it is that if I go and test this in another year and it fails again, say for check valve 1 or the relief valve, the customer is going to ask me why I didn't fix it, why I only fixed part of the backflow but not all of the backflow. I don't want to deal with those kind of problems in the future. We're going to replace all of the rubber internal pieces of this assembly. Let's get that done and see if for that. Would you look at that? I found a nifty little spot to put my phone so I can record myself doing this. I'm going to start by disassembling all of the internal parts of the backflow. Right now you're seeing me take apart the relief valve. I have a neat little trick there where I hold the relief valve plate on there while I unscrew the last screw so that it makes it real easy to take them off. All right, we went ahead and put in check valve 1. Now I'm working on check valve 2, and now I'm working on the relief valve. We'll get all of these parts put back together, and then I'll use the same little trick to hold the plate of the relief valve on there while I screw all the screws back in and get everything tightened up with my double-headed wrench. Alrighty then. We repaired this backflow, or at least we thought we did. We replaced all of the rubber pieces. We retested. Guess what? It failed again on check valve 2. That's probably going to be a warped backflow. That is why we test them, to make sure they are working, because from the outside everything might look like it's working just fine. That's why we do the test. As soon as I get approval from this customer, I'm going to pull this backflow out and install a brand new backflow. And I'm going to take all my rubber pieces and put them back into that package because they're not even used yet. Can't win them all. Just in case there's a keyboard warrior or two out there about to ask me this question, let me answer it for you. Why didn't I replace the backflow to begin with? Because that would be the most expensive solution to this problem. We don't start with the most expensive solution to the problem. The customer is going to receive a quote with a discount on that quote because we already did try the rubber kit. Rubber kit didn't work because the backflow is warped or something on the internals are wrong. We're going to replace it. They're going to get a little bit of a discount. That was quick. We got approval. So now I got to climb inside of there, turn off the water, and then replace this backflow. I'm going to set the phone back up onto this backflow test kit and let you watch me do that. We'll start with cutting out the existing backflow to remove the existing PVC fittings and pipes. We're going to reuse those on the new backflow because there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. We're installing unions so that this backflow can be removed during the winter to protect it a little bit better than leaving it out in the open. Once we get it all set up, we're going to go ahead and test it. It's been a little bit more than 10 minutes since I put those solvents on that pipe. We used Christie's Red Hot. We're going to go ahead and turn on the water. Let's go ahead and turn this the correct direction. Cool. That didn't blow up. We're good there. Now, what I like to do is flush this out, test cock 1, just in case there was any debris in my repair right there. It doesn't make it into the assembly. Now we can open up the water to the field. We're actually going to close check valve 2, shut off 2. Then we're going to retest it. Let's see what happens now. We've tested everything else with the backflow, the first check valve, the relief valve, shut off 2, the back pressure against number 2. We have the hoses set up to test check valve 2, which kept failing before. We have the test kit set up. All I got to do is close the high side, open up the low side just a bit so we can let that meter go up. Close the low side, 2.7. We are golden. On to the next one.